Hello, I wanted to give you a quick rundown of today's lesson. So, the first thing on today's agenda just says sugar substitutes. It's just a little slideshow that I put together to go over with students regarding those sugar substitutes. Yesterday's assignment had you looking at sugar content of beverages, and I specifically did not want you looking at things like diet drinks because it doesn't show up as sugar. However, in our body, it doesn't really mean that it's any healthier. So that's just a slideshow. There's no assignment tied with it, just some information about sugar substitutes. Today, you're going to be going through the fast food hyperdoc and completing some assignments there. So if I open up the hyperdoc real quick, the first thing, number one, is just to watch this. Number two is a short video to watch about a man who decided he was going to eat nothing but healthy fast food for 1 week. And you can see what his results were like. After you watch the video, please go to Schoology and respond to the discussion questions related to the video about what happened when I only ate healthy fast food for a week. That's number three. Moving down to number four. Number four is a link to the instructions and example of today's assignment. To summarize today's assignment, you're going to be looking up the fast food guides for up to 4 different fast food restaurants. You're going to select meals and look up the calorie and fat content, and then try to make that meal healthier. So I'll take a look with you at this link real quick. So this is the instruction sheet, and there's examples linked here as well. All right, so step 1 says, using fast food websites such as McDonald's.com, Jack in the Box, Burger King, any big chain restaurant, find the menu for a restaurant where you like to eat. Choose 3 items from the menu you might typically eat and you might typically order, and write them in the box below. Look up the amounts of calories and total fat in each of your items, and then add up the totals for your meal. For example, at McDonald's, I looked up a meal that would consist of a quarter pounder with cheese, large fries, and a chocolate shake. Looking at the nutrition information from the website, I learned that there are 530 calories in the quarter pounder with cheese and 27 grams of fat. And then I looked up the nutritional content for the fries and shake as well. And when I add it all up, this meal would consist of 1,570 calories and 66 grams of fat. All right, so now what we want to do is try to make it healthier. I wouldn't suggest starting from scratch, because if you go to McDonald's, for example, you probably do want a burger and fries. But how can we make that healthier? So as you try to make it healthier, your goal is to try to get less than 600 calories and 25 grams of fat for your meal. As close as you can. Just make sure it's less in fat and calories. For example, if I switch from that, let's see, it was a quarter pounder with cheese to the cheeseburger. I switched from a large fry to a small fry, and I swapped out the shake for water. I'm down to 530 calories and 23 grams of fat. All right, now you're going to do the same thing on your own. If you don't eat at fast food restaurants often, then just have fun with this. Make it unhealthy and then make it healthier. Now, here are some tips. Number 3 here is a link to a document called Eating on the Run. And it's just some tips that we can all benefit from in trying to make healthier choices when we eat out. For example, pass on the soda. Soda is loaded with sugars and calories. Watch out for fried foods. Anytime you see something that's crispy, crunchy, or it says fried in the title, it's probably deep fried, which means it's loaded with fat. So try maybe a soft shell instead of a hard, crunchy shell. Watch out for other things that indicate added fat, like cheese and mayo, bacon, special sauces, extra cheese. Watch your amounts. Switching from a triple to a double saves a ton, or from a large to a medium or small might save a ton of calories and fat. And then, of course, look at this nutrition information. It's required that restaurants provide this for you, and luckily we can find everything that we want online today. So that was the assignment as well as the link for tips. So read through that, please. Oh, let me go back to the example real quick. If I keep going, I have a copy of pictures from like Taco Bell and Jack in the Box, and that's it. Okay, so I started with the unhealthier options here. Nachos, grande nachos with steak, chicken soft taco, and a pineapple freeze. And I found the total calories and total grams of fat for both of those columns. Added up, this is my total for one meal. Okay, I want to make it healthier. So I use those tips that I learned about, and I'm going to change my grande nachos with steak to just chips and nacho cheese. And I'm going to keep the chicken soft taco and switch out my drink to an iced tea. And so now I'm down to 400 calories and 22 grams of fat. And then a short explanation of what you did. So I said I downsized the nachos and I swapped the pineapple freeze for iced tea. This dropped over 1,000 calories and 43 grams of fat. Okay, and then Jack in the Box. The only thing I did here different was I just switched a smaller size stuffed jalapeno. And instead of the soda, I switched it to an iced tea. And by doing so, I saved, what is that? About 400 calories and 20-some grams of fat, approximately. Okay, so you'll notice this is not below 600 calories and 25 grams of fat, but it's a lot healthier. So just try to make it healthier and tell me what you did. Now mine is handwritten just as an example, but you can fill yours out all on the assignment online, which is right here, your fast food makeover assignment. Goodness, it doesn't want to open for me. Here we go. Okay, so it says now that you've seen how to cut back on the amount of calories and fat in your fast food meal, try to make over a meal from 4 fast food restaurants. Each meal must include at least 3 food or beverage items. Remember that your healthier menu should add up to less than 600 calories and less than 25 grams of fat, or as close as you can. And I have linked again the example and those eating on the run tips for you here. So this will be restaurant 1. So the left side would be like the unhealthy side, and then we're going to make it healthier on the right. Restaurant number 2, unhealthy, healthier. And then restaurant 3 and 4 on the second page. All right, as always, please email if you have any questions, and be healthy. I'll see you guys in class soon.